certain channel, but and then the tragedy of losing an NBA legend here with Kobe Bryant and the crash on Sunday morning there. Obviously, shocked the sports world, no question about it. I mean, 41 years old, just retired. 38, played his last game. ESPN's been playing that over and over on that. They played the whole last game, 60 points. I remember watching that game, 60 points. Great game played that night, and just a lot of different things you hear about him right now. Obviously the whole thing is this company he's building and everything he had going. And, you lose 7 other people on the helicopter. It's just a shame that how they let them go up in the air like that and travel. I don't know if there's any risk of.
Yeah, it seemed like with the weather, right? A lot of fog is what they were saying.
Yeah, came in off the ocean a little bit, and had that plus fog, and the guy just lost coordinates. Really, I mean, it was just a shame. You start reading his meters, I guess. And there's a lot of speculation, and you crash and you lose a life like that. A couple 13-year-old girls on there that were going to their AAU basketball game. The coach of the AAU team and the parents, a couple parents on there, and Kobe. Just a real tragedy when you really look at it. I mean, obviously it's all been about Kobe and his daughter, but
there was.
You look at the 7 other family members that were on that flight that their families aren't going to see them. The coach was on there. I saw a special with her and her husband. Was leery of her taking the chopper. Going with me in the chopper. And she's like, oh, she'd always call and say, I got there safe and sound. And they did an interview with him the other day, and it just struggle for him to talk about that. It's just hard, freshly married, I think too. I don't know how old they seemed young, but yeah.
Puts a lot of things in perspective, And they were talking about, I was watching the Farmers golf tournament.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They were talking about they were following Tiger a little bit, and they were following some of the other guys, and they said that word was getting around, among the groups that were still playing, the final groups, and they were saying, people, you could see them, they were like, standing beside each other, talking, and they could tell they were obviously shaken.
Yeah.
By the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they said that he kept hearing. They interviewed him after he got done. I don't know if you heard that. And, do it for Mamba, in the crowd. And he didn't know what that meant, and this guy didn't tell him. And they showed him walking off after 18 and heading through the little walkway there. And next thing you know, the microphone was on the caddy, or was close by, and he said, "Tiger, I got something to tell you. Kobe Bryant died this morning. In helicopter. It's like he was just like, what? No way. He just was shocked, and the reality of it all after. LeBron, he talked to him that morning, and they were in Philadelphia flying back to LA, and he talked to him on the phone, I guess is what he said. And it's on the phone with him, and then he got on the plane to fly back to LA, and he gets off the plane in LA and hears all the news about it. Didn't know anything about it. The shock of it all, that kind of stuff. Obviously you want to drive or fly, and the convenience that you have, getting there and quicker, not having to fight traffic and all that kind of stuff. But if there's any kind of risk of the weather being poor, you would think today, because I heard the police grounded all their helicopters, and things going on that were I think they would have called them down or backed them up, had them fly inland or something, taken them off course somehow. But they're programmed so much a lot of times. I think how can you get that? Just a tough thing. And tough to lose him. Someone, I think Vince Carter had even said, I read something on him where he had a conversation with Kobe earlier, saying Kobe had made a statement, I want to die young, be immortalized to an extent, and you think, oh my gosh, here he dies. It's like, to set his own path or whatever. But it's just one of those kind of things. You never know what comes out. But yeah, it's kind of sad. And obviously the Laker family and the just in shock and trying to get through all that. And prayers go out to all those guys out there. It's crazy. Anytime you lose somebody, obviously you and I are going through that too with a friend. So I don't know, makes you appreciate each day. You got to say, goodbye or whatever. I had an aunt and uncle used to always say they loved me every time they saw me, whatever. And I wasn't from a family. We never said I love you. They'd go to school, but every time we were with them, they'd always say we love you. And you don't think about it because you never know when you go outside or go somewhere. But yeah, but hopefully they get through that and honor him for his legacy and all of his, and they'll forever be enshrined, I guess.
Well, I think they were saying this whole generation of NBA players now they all grew up idolizing him, and a lot of them got to play against him.
Right. Right.
With this whole generation, they said if you ask to a man, anybody in the NBA, who do you look up to, who is your hero, who would you idolize, who do you model your game after? It was all Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched Jordan. Yeah. You and I grew up watching Jordan, and all that, and Bird and Magic, and then this generation watched Shaq and Kobe and LeBron. So
they're always yelling Kobe and
Oh yeah.
Even before this happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a generation of basketball players.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a total shame, and obviously we'll find out more of what happened and maybe talk about it more in our future shows. But overshadowing, that it may overshadow or may be overshadowing this early part of the Super Bowl week. And last night they had both teams there in Miami, and it's been a heck of a playoff. I mean, the NFL playoffs has been really exciting. Those games, Tennessee makes a great run and loses, as a 6th seed to Kansas City after upsetting the number 1 and 2 seeds, or 3 seed, I think it was. And the 49ers, I had the 49ers pegged as getting there, and they got through. Middle of the season, I thought they're just too tough. The defense is tough.
Defense is very good, yeah. That's what separated themselves in their, ability to run the football. And
you're right. Yeah, they ran it against Green Bay.
Yeah, just control the game, right? Just control line scrimmage.
Yeah. Kansas City, I wondered about that game, and they end up just coming through and playing well and getting it done, and that's what it's a tough call. I don't know which one, between Kansas City and this game.
I keep going back and forth myself. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have a clear. It should be probably hopefully one of the better Super Bowls that we've seen, right? I mean, it should be.
Yeah. I think Kansas City's favored by 1.5, and
it's tight. Right?
It's not like it's going to be. It should be
almost like a pick 'em, right? It's tough.
Yeah. And Holmes against quarterback from the Niners there.
Garoppolo.
And then the running games and the tight end battle that they got going on with those two there. It's going to be just an exciting game. Defensively, the Niners probably have a little bit better defense, but I mean, Kansas City shut down Tennessee the other night in the running game that they had going.
Right. Yeah, they shut down Henry.
Henry pretty good, and nobody's been able to do that. So you never know. I mean, if they can shut down San Francisco, on the running game, but I think San Francisco just saw something against Green Bay and figured we're going to run the ball on them, and they did.
Yeah.
Green Bay never
keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
I haven't looked at the. You said the line's 1.5. What's the over under? What are they looking at? Points?
I think it was 53, maybe 54.
54. That seems a little high, but maybe
somewhere in there. I think it was. It could be different on other ones, but yeah, it's just should be. I think a really good game. I mean, a lot of people probably want Baltimore against San Fran, or at the beginning of the playoffs. Like your Baltimore, Kansas City, either though, one of the two. Be a good choice. And I think Kansas City should have been there last year. Maybe they got beat by New England last year, knocked them out. And this year they got through. So that's and I like Reed. I'm kind of pulling for Reed because he's been there a couple times and coaching the Eagles, and now he's got the Chiefs, and I'm hoping he maybe pulls it out. The other guy's kind of young. He's got some time. And the Niners got a pretty good team. But I guess the Niners have like eight guys that played in the Super Bowl before, and the Chiefs only have 2.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere too.
Give the Super Bowl experience to the Niners, obviously, over the Chiefs. But the commercials again. You got to look forward to the commercials there at the Super Bowl. And I just saw today on TV the 30-second spot for the game is $5.6 million.
Well, my former company was always big into the big splashes, Chrysler and FCA. Were getting the
Did it big on that.
Ads out there. They've always done some. I don't know if they're spending any money this year, but they always have.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. It'd be interesting to see. I try not to watch so I don't get spoiled, so I can see it when it's live and not see it.
What about the halftime show? I don't even know who's the halftime show.
Ariana Grande, maybe, I think, or I don't forget it. I'm probably way off. But.
I haven't been following that.
Yeah, I'm not on the halftime show. It should be again exciting, but down there in Miami, people flocking down there for the game. But I kind of lead towards the Chiefs. I'm kind of right now at this point on this day today
that's kind of where I'm at.
Midweek I'm kind of pulling for the Chiefs. And we'll see.
Yeah, that's. I think I'm with you on that. That's kind of where my head's been at.
Yeah.
Here right now.
Yeah, I think somehow they'll find a way to pull it out. I think, like we said, it's going to be a good, entertaining game, no doubt about it. I think Shanahan and the Niners getting out there.
Young guy Shanahan having that success that he's had with the lineage, obviously he's had. But
right, yeah, exactly.
The up and coming guy, that kind of cool to see him there. Yeah, we show his dad up in the press box.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we show Mike Shanahan up there helping out a little bit. I think he watches a little film too. So
kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. The college football closed up. We had the national title game come through there, and
we had a chance to watch that together. It was fun.
Yeah. Clemson battled for the first little bit, but then LSU persevered and came on, and Burrows and his crew there got up to 42 points, almost got 49 there, our average score. But Clemson was valiant, I think, and it just, all of a sudden, quarterback there, Lawrence, he kind of run out of luck there. He was rolling along there so good for the season and hitting things, and then just had a bad game. His first bad game. They won 29 straight or whatever it was, 29-0 over 2 years, and finally end up losing that game in the title.
But just Burrow was just, again, unbelievable what he accomplished this year.
Yeah, you can't have a better year than what he had. Really, not many guys, Heisman, national title, win all the awards he won on top of postseason awards, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Michigan's up 12 now, Sam.
I still got him up 10.
He's a little jump hook here, but yeah, I mean, that game was a great game. I think it made.
It was definitely an entertaining game, fun to watch.
Oh yeah. You beat the reigning champs, which is big, and I think it was the last person out after that game. Last person out of LSU turned off the lights because most of the players left. The coaching staff is all kind of left and moved on to greener pastures. The players are going to the pros, and
it's kind of a interesting scenario.
I don't know if you saw any of them, but there's probably about 8 guys that have all gone pro. Defensive coordinator, he took a new job somewhere. Bo Pelini just got hired in. He's going back there to be the defensive coordinator for LSU.
Yeah.
Orgeron just ran that whole 15-0 season to a brand new contract.
Yeah.
You see that? You get 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
42 million, or 6 years, 42 million. You got not a bad payday for working that one season up, man.
That's all you got to do these days. You know?
The extension or it's a brand new one? What was the end of last year? Huh?
Win one, you're the man.
Yeah, I on the hill, baby. You're king of the hill. Yeah, not bad though. But I mean, it was a good college season. We watched a lot of good ball games, and it's been a huge thing right here since college has gotten over the transfer portal. A lot of kids jumping into that, moving around, place to place. And
it's funny now. Even this past week, you start seeing all the reports about workouts, getting ready for spring. Who's in the weight room a lot, and who's doing this, who's doing that, and already talking about.
Well, next week would be the actual signing day, but now they do the early signing day.
Kind of
like the second signing day, but
not a real big one now, right?
Now it's just like whoever, but
formality of the last guys.
Exactly.
Sign. But they are, you're seeing posts now from coming out of Michigan about obviously the quarterback situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's leading going in? Everybody's got McCaffrey because of the experience he's got over Milton. But everybody's saying, well, then you got Milton with the big arm, and but can he throw the deep? Can he hit the deep ball? All the same questions, right? That just goes to though. I mean, you got a guy that can be the man like Burrow.
Right.
Difference in that team, right? I mean, he was.
Yeah.
LSU struggled, offensively. How many years in a row? I've been watching LSU, with Alabama down the SEC, and they've had some good defenses, and they've had some talent on offense, but just never could produce anything, right? Just year after year, just struggle, and then they finally just clicked, right?
Yeah. Under what's his toes there? Who's at Kansas now?
Quarterback play, obviously, right?
Huge. You see that with Clemson, with LSU, with Ohio State's guy, and even Oklahoma, with the quarterback at Oklahoma there. They all four guys. You get to the Final Four, you got four guys that are leading you.
And they got it. Otherwise, you're just.
Who is the top guy now in college?
Mm-hmm. That's what's been so frustrating for sitting here with Harbaugh coming in. You figure, all right, we're gonna finally get a top quarterback. You figure with the but it just hasn't happened yet. He did good things with Rudock that first. Bring and did some good things in, but beyond him, there really hadn't been anybody that's developed into a real good threat at quarterback, a real leader.
No,
you need to have. So we'll see.
Maybe if he commits to McCaffrey, or if he's going to do a rotation with both of them, or which I don't really I'm not a big fan of. But if you have certain packages for Milton, and you can go in there and do something because he is just that athletic, Yeah. But Nico Collins is sticking around, and you got a lot of guys like that. So we're going into spring ball here. We'll talk more of that as we go.
It's been funny, I've been looking at the boards, and all this, a lot of talk already about it. So.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I mean, they have the early rankings. You got this who's this and who's that. But it's still. Transfer portal was so big, so now you get a lot of that, which is almost like a free agency in college football.
Yeah, they've been talking about Michigan going there for maybe some depth at defensive line. I think I've been hearing.
Yeah. A couple guys there that might come in. And plus, they're also, 220, 221, 222 classes. They've got some kids in there this weekend. They just had them in this weekend, big recruiting weekend at Michigan. And I'm sure a lot of the colleges are hosting a lot of kids, that they're hopefully going to get on the dotted line there down the road, to commit to them next fall, pretty much now. It used to be you wouldn't have to wait until until February, So right now, if you don't get them now, and you got to get them before they get into football season, because that early signing period is right there in November, or December. So you got to do your hardship now, and you lose your December, January, February to reel them in. You got to reel them in now, and because otherwise you get them. The football season, they can't get to campus that much, unless they go on on a Saturday, something after football or whatever. Some of those kind of things. So, but yeah, Michigan basketball's on here. We got playing Nebraska tonight.
Struggles, struggled 5 in a row, lost.
Yeah.
But they're hanging tough on the road right now. So.
Yeah. We got some highlights of the Michigan State. Oh, I got Michigan State. Hang on. I got to get to this one. This one. Some highlights from the Michigan State game.
This one was a tough one.
Illinois here, the last second shot that they.
But before that, how many free throws they missed down the wire they could have iced it for them.
Right, exactly.
It never came down to this guy hitting this last second shot. I mean, good defense by Simpson. It wasn't bad defense, but the guy just hit a shot. But should have never came down to that when he missed so many throws down the stretch like they did.
Yeah, this is.
But it's been, in this whole stretch, you got guys going off, right? You got guys scoring, 29, getting career highs, scoring 35, getting 29. And you go, man, what's going on? You just
exactly.
Story of this run, this run they've had, just been guys going off.
Right. Yeah. Having a night, or we just had, they were doing the philosophy there where they just leave and wouldn't help off the three and let Teskey stay in there and try to fight him off, and that guys would throw 30 in, 40 in, or whatever. We'd have to hang on. The idea was not to give up the 3-point shot. I don't know if they changed some things there or what, but
this guy for Illinois, didn't he end up with like 29 or something?
Yeah, he was going for a lot of Illinois highlights here.
Yeah, well,
that's what it is. It's Illinois.
I think Livers came back, hit a 3. That kind of gave him a little bit of a cushion, and then he had a break, had a little going in for a dunk, and he kind of got fouled and went down again, and kind of grabbed at the groin area and was hurt a little bit. But then they actually went on a little run and got a 5-point lead. Even after that.
This is it right here, Sam. This might be the shot that the guy throws in at the buzzer right there.
Yeah,
he breaks him down here. He's got him. 1-on-1, everybody's working hard. Simpson, in that situation, do you go double or you let them just try to make that shot? And they just chose to. I mean, it's good defense, and look at him. He's on him, man. I mean, it was.
Like I said, my biggest problem was they should have never came to this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You got Wagner at the line. He's over 70. Probably 73, 74%. He misses 2. Obviously Simpson struggles at the line still, but.
Right.
What's up with that in the last, minute of the game?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Seems like in this stretch, everything bad that could happen has happened to him.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And on the reversal side, you got Michigan State, turning in hot,
right?
Getting hot, and they're starting to play well, and
as they often do this time of year, right? I mean,
things get going in their favor, and they're starting to play a lot better. They're starting to play a lot better as a team, and they're still my pick. I think to get their Final Four. I think they're gonna find a way to make things happen. Winston, they're all starting to gel a little bit. The bench is playing well. I mean, they lost recently to Indiana. I forget. Somebody beat them.
Yeah, Indiana beat them.
Indiana knocked them off, right?
Yep.
This is kind of a shocker. I think they're 14th ranked now, but it's like anything. Is if you can stay healthy, which Michigan obviously with Livers going out, it's tough for him because he's a big part of our team. I think 15 points, 17 points a game.
The Big Ten has still been, the road woes, right? Because I think I think it was a stat on. I think I heard it on. Maybe it's the other night. Maybe it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. Like home teams were like 48-12 or.
Yeah, that's probably right about now. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard like 42-9, but I think they won.
Yeah.
But it's pretty pathetic that the home teams have been taking care of business.
I don't know. Maybe I have
a big win here on the road for them to win at the barn.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the the records the past few years, but it just doesn't seem like it's been like that. Past.
Been hitting big shot. He's put the team on his shoulders, and some of these other guys. Henry's tough, and these other guys are starting to contribute, step up, and play, and things are starting to mesh for him, no doubt about it. They're kind of feels like there's inside the big fella for them. He's tough. He's been playing pretty well, but all the stuff that Winston went through at the beginning of the year, and now he's playing really well, hitting long shots and putting them on his shoulders, and 70-52. That's a big win for them there. Getting that road victory, like you say here, it's
been tough.
Yeah,
it's been tough on the road from the Big Ten whole season.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? I haven't looked at Michigan's schedule here. I think they got a stretch where they got to win some of these ball games here coming up. I think somebody was saying they had this. This is kind of a key 5 or 6 game stretch they got ahead of them where they could make up some ground if they can do some things. I haven't looked at the schedule in detail, but that's what I was hearing. I think they gotta. They can still make the tournament. I don't think there's any question they can still make it.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets back soon somehow.
I think you just have to say stop share or something like that if you clicking that share button down there.
Oh. Right here, get this one. Go back. No, I don't want that. Oh, stop. I'm struggling here. There we go. Stop sharing. You're right. Well, looks like Michigan's going to get a W here tonight. They're up 72-63 with 3 minutes to go. A much bigger victory for them, minus their leader, Xavier Simpson. But
DeJulius played a pretty good game tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He was rolling along there, and
that's what they need.
Right? And, they just keep on moving, keep on plugging. But yeah, it's the Pistons played last night, and Cleveland Cavaliers came in and just dismantled the Pistons in a game that Pistons looked so lifeless.
Like we were talking about earlier, it's just tough to watch. Just can't even watch it.
Yeah, I used to hear in the dog days of the season here in the middle of the season, but it's like, seriously?
Yeah, I can't even have a hard time putting it on.
Rose wasn't able to play for us,
right?
Which hurts.
Yeah, for sure.
Missing him hurt, no question about it. But it was the fact that we didn't even really play hard. That just kills you. Friend Bob was down there watching it, and he texted me. He's like, "Are you watching this game?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Terrible. This is terrible. Defense is terrible. We're just not even playing like we want to even be here." It was a 20-point game, 30-point game at some points, and ended up being 15 in the end. But here's Cleveland, but they've lost 7 straight going in the last night.
Right.
And we broke their streak for them. Nice of the Pistons there. The crowd was very sparse, it looked like, and it's just a shame right now that they're struggling so bad. But it's you don't have Griffin playing, obviously, and they did a great gesture before the game. They did a great gesture. They all warmed up with Kobe Bryant jerseys on, motors with 24 on the back, and
Place was lit up in Lakers colors outside. So.
Yeah, Laker colors and everything like that. So, a lot of that stuff is a lot of tributes to that, dribbling out to 24 seconds to start the game. Tribute to him for that. But just the Pistons, I don't know. It's just the way they are right now, and they're not going to make any moves and trades, and it's just the way they're going to finish out for the season. I think it's just a shame that, how far they've kind of fallen from where they were, and to not be such a non-factor. And I think they talked about trading Drummond, and we didn't do anything here yet. Maybe we should look into doing something with that, maybe, and try to get yourself a draft pick or something. Because Drummond, obviously, we're killing him here. I think it's like let's put him with somebody that needs him. Maybe somebody's going to pick him up here late to help the run or whatever. But try to get after him a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's a lot of good. I mean, Zion Williamson's back playing now. He debuted. I don't know if you watched him the other night. I was sitting there watching him play in his debut. In the first three quarters, he struggled. He wasn't very had much life to him, and then finally that fourth quarter, man, he's made up. He scored 17 points there in that fourth quarter alone, 3-pointers, and he's playing tonight too. But I don't think he's on. I didn't see the game. He's playing again tonight, but an exciting addition to the NBA, no doubt about it. He's been sitting out all year because of injury. But it's the usual teams. I think right now you got Lakers are doing well. You got Milwaukee Bucks still in the NBA are probably the cream of the crops, and they're going to make it to the finals. I think, and good chance right now as far as the playoffs go. But Pistons are so far out of I think they're in the 13th spot right now or something. It's not much better when they flip the floor and make the ice in there. The Red Wings are in the same boat. They just coming off the NHL All-Star game, which was pretty nice. It was fun to watch. I watched a little bit of that. I'm not sure about the format they do with that anymore. But they think they have 31 games left. 31 games left in the NHL season. So I don't know if the Wings can put together something here. They're not too far off the playoff strike, but I think they're going to get like 8 wins, 7, 8, 9 wins maybe. I think they're just playing for that pick. Get that first pick. Try to build through the draft or something, But
if anybody can do it, Yzerman can, right? He's the guy.
Oh yeah, I think Yzerman and it's just all those guys down there. They gotta keep plugging. If the coach is the right answer. Gerard Gallant just came free. He's an ex-Red Wing. He coached the Vegas Knights there for a while. Some talk about him maybe reaching out to get him, but this guys are giving him Blashill giving him a chance, but maybe Gallant, he's an ex-Red Winger. You could bring him in and put him in there, but we'll see. I mean, there's some talent down there. Like I say, you and I should probably go down and watch a ball game. Take in the atmosphere down there. I went down. I saw the Wings and the Pistons here. Maybe we'll catch another one. There's plenty of tickets for both. We can pull up.
I don't think tickets would be an issue.
I said to Bob, I said, man, when you guys leave that game last night, they should pay you back. Give you a free ticket to another game or something, man.
Thanks for coming. Here's $20.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Here's a pass for something, but
casino. Free.
Yeah, something. Oh man.
Free slot play or something.
Free slot play. Oh man, they just
appreciate that.
Need to sit through that game, and the effort that they put out there was just. And they got a hard stretch. They're showing a hard stretch for the Pistons that they got about 5 games in 7 or 8 days here. So, but
grind of the NBA, yeah.
Oh man, I tell you, they need those days off. That physical, those kind of things. But yeah, I mean, it's just those kind of things. But everything's winding. We're getting into that heart of it. February here. This college seasons will be heating up here. It's the rankings seem to keep changing. The number 1 teams lose, and Gonzaga and Baylor and all that are up there at the top. And should be an interesting run here down the wire.
Tournament should be pretty fun this year, right? Because there's not a real, I don't know, it's not a real dominant team, right?
No, exactly. It could be anybody.
Rotating the number one guys, girl.
Yeah, the usuals are there. Duke, Kansas,
Brown, but nobody's really taking control.
But yeah, and they were talking about that. Someone, we talk on it more, but all the kids are leaving or not, that go jump to pros or
one and done.
Now the talent level at the college level has dropped so badly that that's what's making it so competitive. Either competitive or just not really good ball either. But they moved the line back, which hurts the shooting. It's not quite as. It'd be interesting to see what the scoring. I mean, here Michigan's got 78 points to 68, so it didn't hurt them there, But yeah, I mean, it should be an interesting March Madness when we get up to it. It's kind of one of those deals, but
always fun.
Always fun. We can do our own bracketology. Forecast too. He thinks they're talking like 11 teams might get in from the Big Ten.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Holy crap! I hate to be the one or two teams that don't get in, but they're saying Michigan was. Without this is a big win for them. That's going to help them a little bit, but not the bleeding here. But they were so hot there at the beginning of the year, and now they're trudging to get to the season here, get to the second season, as they say, or the tourney. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for us. Look for us online on Facebook and YouTube. We share our stories here on MI Sports Talk. The prep season's winding down. We got Deb. We were talking a little bit about your team there and some of the high school teams, and we got one of the best players in the country, Emoni Bates here at Ypsilanti Lincoln. Haven't heard a whole lot about him, but
not yet.
Really. Not sure what your team's doing, but some interesting teams playing well. We can talk more about the high school basketball in a little bit. Let's see.
Those playoffs. Playoffs will be here before we know it there too.
Yeah, they'll be doing the MHSA playoffs.
Which is, they changed the format a little bit this year. They got it's the districts and everything's seeded now, so they got like a point system. So there's no more quote unquote blind draws, right?
Right.
For the districts, so everything's seeded.
They're going to seed them within the district. Is that what it is? Wow.
They'll assign you. They still assign you to a district like they always have, but now you get seeded in the district based upon your. There's a strength. A whole formula for.
Sure.
Kind of similar to football.
Really?
So yeah, you look that up online. You can see where you stand.
Really?
Points wise, yeah.
You guys going north, or you already know where you're going? It's just a matter. The teams know where they're going. It's just a matter of them seed you once they know.
And it's just you don't know where you're going to fall yet, bracket wise, because you got to wait until the end for everything to get seeded.
Really? Wow. Is that all the way through then, or just for districts?
Yeah, I believe so.
Regionals will be the same. They'll seed you at the regionals too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes it's fun because sometimes you see that team that's 12 and 10 or whatever playing against somebody that's 14 and 13. And you got the other half of the brackets 23 and 1 against 22 and 1 or whatever, and you're like, holy cow, those two should be playing.
How'd that happen?
Yeah. Good effort. I think it's definitely something that they should do. I totally agree with that 100%. But well, that's good, man. We'll keep talking. We'll talk more, and we got the Super Bowl next week. We'll talk a little bit about Super Bowl and college sports a little bit more, and high school sports. We'll see what those Red Wings and Pistons are still doing. Maybe something will happen with them to change up the mood downtown. So, otherwise, February, the catchers and pitchers start showing up, don't they? Or whatever. Is that what it is downtown out in Florida?
In a couple of weeks, I think they'll be showing up.
They start reporting. So baseball will be around the corner. And a lot of moves there. We didn't even talk about the signs, the signs and stuff with the Houston and the Blacks and stuff. But we can get into more of that next week. Maybe talk a little bit about the sign stealing in the Major League Baseball and all that kind of stuff a little bit. But again, Michigan Sports Talk. Look for us online. Share with your friends. We're here every week. talking Michigan sports, college, pros, sometimes high school.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, any final words before we go?
No, just looking forward to a good game this weekend, this Sunday. It'll be fun to watch, get together and watch Super Bowl.
Heck yeah, man.
Everybody be safe.
Yeah, definitely. All right, buddy.
All right, man. All right, man.
Be in touch. Good luck tomorrow and Friday if I don't talk to you before then.
Sounds good, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, talk to you.